Well, good evening, our viewers, and thank you so much for joining us on Weekend Edition. I am Priscilla Regina Naloga, having a sit-down with Dr., also Member of Parliament, Nicholas Kamara. Now, Dr. Kamara, we want to first find out who is Dr. Nicholas Kamara?
Studied in Kabale for 4 years, up to 91. Okay, up to senior 4, that's what I mean. Mm-hmm. Then I left to Kezu College, I went to Namjango College.
Oh, you are Ngonian?
Yes, I'm Ngonian,
okay.
A proud Ngonian.
Right.
And a proud Muslimia.
Yeah, the senior one students proud to be joining the college.
So then I passed and I went to do medicine at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I'm among the pioneers because I am the 6th intake. And I did medicine, first degree at Mbarara University, second degree at Mbarara University. I came back and taught there. I worked there. And I also sat on University Council for 8 years. At Mbarara University, I became chairman of all alumni, which is rather called, otherwise called convocation. So I'm also a very proud Master alumni. And then I practiced and I reached the level of consultant physician with the government of Uganda. When I stood in 2016, I left Uganda a little bit and I worked in Swaziland, and I'm a politician now. Okay.
Yeah. And what is the politician's passions?
My passion, there are quite many. I'm quite an all-rounder, really a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And I've done so many things. I'm a volleyball coach, for example, an amateur volleyball coach. Cup winning, not just a joker, because I've won several cups, but even a national cup. When I was a young doctor at Iwan Hospital, I won a national cup. Okay. When I was training the nurses. I was in the choir for quite a long time, but I can't read music, but I can
plan it and sing it.
Yes. But there are many passions, of course, including leadership, because I've been a leader almost all my life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you did mention the word politician, and it begs the question, with all the many things that you had on your plate, Dr. Kamara, why did you join politics?
No, I have been a politician, as I said, all my life, because politics is an art of managing society. Mm-hmm. And of recent I've been reading about politics, and there is a common saying, I think philosophers, I don't remember which philosopher, who said that even if you put two people on an island, then there will be politics.
Yes.
So as we are here also conversing, probably there is some little bit of politics. So you cannot say, why do you become a politician? But in my view, leaders are born. You remember David? You remember Isaiah, you remember Jonah, for him even ran until
Moses, who had to save Israel.
Some people think that when people choose us as leaders, we are always willing and ready. Really say ready. No, we're actually very unready like any other person. But sometimes you say, but if people have trusted me, who am I? So this is what has been following me all my life, that people somehow trust that I can lead. And I'm always sometimes in my own things, in word, in what, and the leadership finds me there. So I came to be a politician when some people identified me and started urging me to come and stand as member of parliament for Kabale municipality, including my many OBs who said, you can, why not, we see as if you can. Then I started believing in myself, and when time came, I went and stood. First of all, I failed. But the second time, I was able to pass through.
Let's talk about that journey right there. 2016, you decide to be bold enough to listen to them and come to the ballot paper on the NRM ticket. You didn't go through, and that's the time you said you went to Swaziland.
Yes, please.
Okay, then you come back in 2021, you choose to come on the FDC card, and you went through with 6,399 votes. Congratulations to you, and now you get to represent the people of Kabale in the 11th Parliament. Now, what was that like for you, coming back the second time?
Yeah, it has been a long journey of politics, but I don't feel it. Actually, In 2016, 2015 to be exact, I stood as member of parliament on an NRM ticket. Then things didn't go well, and I was not happy with the way NRM was conducting elections at that time. And I stood as independent. So I was already drifting away from the party. Now, actually the real story is that when I was in Swaziland, some people of NRM invited me. When they invited me, they said, no, I think you had a good chance of winning, we are the people who disturbed you. Now you come, we shall support you. Those same people. There is another candidate who was coming. They were the same people who were welcoming him and declaring him a sole candidate. And I said, really, what's this? So, and I didn't want to be independent again because it also has its own advantages and disadvantages. I wanted to really belong to a party. And I said, these are the people who have pained me 2 times. And I have actually even left my job already in Swaziland. And so, will I go back to the same party? Once bitten, twice shy, but now you're even biting me 2 times.
Another time.
I don't know what would
give
that
you death,
be?
I think. That's
so
poison.
I said, let me leave this party and join the FDC because they were welcoming. Actually, they were also quoting me and saying, really, we think you can be part of us.
So at that opportune time, with all the other parties that were, available in the multi-partisan system that we have, why FDC?
Yeah, at that time FDC was the second biggest party, if I can say. It was quite popular in my constituency, and I believed in what they were saying at that time, because that time is the time after the age limit and term limits. I didn't believe that anyone should go beyond 2 terms. Africa being what it is, I didn't believe that, for example, we should have that age limit should have been lifted. I didn't believe in a big, up to now, I don't believe in a huge parliament. I said this would be a good home for me to be, even depending on what I believe in.
Today, as you speak of your home, it's divided into 2 arms. You have the Najana Nkumbi FDC and the Katonga FDC. What are your sentiments on that?
Well, it's unfortunate. And to me, a newcomer, I'm as confused. Definitely. You see, when you enter home, imagine you get married to a new home, and that's when, your home where you get married, I'm just giving an analogy. A home where you get married has been stable. But the moment you get married there, it becomes unstable. I mean, there are all sorts of reactions that come to you. Some confusing, some annoying, some humbling. So like any other home, there are disagreements. But I hope that we shall find because I found that we have all really fallen short. And there is no way, the way we are now, we are going to identify with all the places and say, me, I'm very neutral, I am not going to, I'm going to be in Naja and Katonga at the same time. Therefore, you must choose.
And you made a choice.
And so far, what I have decided is to be in Katonga.
Okay. Your reasons being? Yeah,
one of the reasons is that actually one of the reasons why I joined FDC was because of its leader at that time. Of course, the godfather who was Chiza Besigye. I've talked to him. We have conversed. He has mentored me in my politics. And I still believe that he has a good message for Ugandans. And when he says what he says, I tend to agree with him. And that's all I can say. So for now, I'm in Katonga.
There's so many people who ask themselves the question ahead of the 2026 general elections, will there be reconciliation between the 2 factions?
You never know. But as per now, in Katonga, we are pursuing the constitutional means. because we believe that the NEC was not constituted in the right way. We believe that the elections were not also conducted in the right way. So let's wait for the court case. Once the court case comes out, we shall know how to move. Before the court case comes, is pronounced, we shall be where we are. But I hope that the courts can make this court case, they can address themselves to this case as quickly as possible.
If it does not reconcile, then what does 2026 look like for what once was the biggest challenger to the NRM?
First of all, as a party, and I even believe the Niger group knows that the situation in which we are now, if we don't have reforms, challenging or not challenging NRM is almost similar. What elections help us to do is to put our agenda and we tell people what has gone wrong. In as far as dislodging General Museveni from being president, even if he got one vote, they would still announce that he has won. So we are in a totally captured state. That's what we believe. With captured systems and captured institutions, and the elections, they can even, elections are not a very big issue in our politics. So in short, 2026 is there. It is nice because we like it. We go out and express what we think the state of Uganda is. We are allowed, we vote, we campaign. But as far as changing the status quo in 2026, there is less hope.
Well, with the division in FDC right now, your home, it has the potential to birth yet another outbreak, as one we saw with ANT under Mugisha Muntu. And if that does happen, what then will be the future of the party?
Yeah, and who is not going to break? You know, you people, when you are talking about that, you assume that we have a system called the multi-party system, which does not exist. We have a military state here capturing us, and you don't want to mention it, and I think NTV will be very busy in 2026 capturing a very fraudulent election under militarism. And so what you should concentrate on now is these 5 years before elections. At that time, anyone who if they want me to win, if I win and they say I shouldn't, they will not announce me. Let me put this very clearly. I can only win as much as they want me to win.
Speaking of captured, the captured state that you speak of, Dr. Kamara,
yes.
Of course, has allowed you to be member of parliament representing Kabale people, and you sit on the Parliamentary Health Committee. Let's talk about that committee. So far in your tenure, what have been the wins as well as the frustrations with the committee?
Well, the frustration of the Health Committee, let me start with the frustrations, have been lack of all health financing which is not adequate. As you know, the health financing of Uganda comes from mainly 3 areas. One, out of pocket, which is like 40%. Then donors who contribute also 40%, and the government which contributes around 20%. So for us, we had hoped that when we introduce health insurance, at least the people who pay for their health from their pockets can be relieved. But unfortunately, it has not been possible that we pass this health insurance. Secondly, we had hoped that we can increase the funding from government. Unfortunately, we have also not seen that the financing has increased. But what are the gains? We have done several things. First of all, as a health committee, we came in at a bad time when we had the COVID, when we have had several epidemics. And we have somehow managed to pass through working with the Ministry of Health. At the same time, there are some things which I've done, like we have bought, through the Health Committee, we have managed to buy CT scans for all regional referral hospitals. And for me, I'm very happy because I'm chairman in Parliamentary Forum of non-communicable diseases. We have seen a budget of non-communicable diseases, especially through national medical stores for diabetes drugs, hypertension, and others, increase.
Okay.
So this is something positive.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Nicholas Kamara, for giving us your time. Member of Parliament with Kabale Municipality. And of course, you've heard his opinions and views and understood him a little bit better. Thank you.